Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. We got some pretty exciting stuff for today. So you can see I have all these prize packs laid out. These are from a local that I entered a couple weeks ago already at the beginning of April. So this was really the first locals that I played in for post rotation, and I won. So I figured why not kind of talk about that, go over the deck that I used, and then we'll crack open these packs. So just to kind of talk about the local while I kind of go over the deck. This was the first local that was going to be post rotation, and yeah, it was kind of interesting because like I had been running RagingBolt, you know, I guess pre-rotation as well, and figured like I really like the deck, so let's try to make it work. And yeah, so I really, yeah, okay, so sorry. Okay. So, yeah, so the deck I ran for the local was RagingBolt, and this was a deck that I was already running pre-rotation, but I liked it so much that I just wanted to continue using it post-rotation. So for me, this was kind of a test of how could I make this deck still work, and kind of see like is it still, because I know like what is it, Dragapult and Terrabox are getting like pretty popular, so this was me just kind of testing the waters to see how usable all this stuff is. So, I mean, I'm just kind of not super organizing this, just maybe to go over some kind of important cards and whatnot, and maybe discuss like what changes had to be made. So pre-rotation RagingBolt relied a lot on like I might have them here too to kind of go over them. Do I? Yeah. Okay. So pre-rotation RagingBolt relied a lot on like milling through your deck with draw. So you had stuff like Greninja, Trekking Shoes, Pokestop. All those would kind of help you mill your deck, basically to set up your RagingBolts and to find the Professor Sadas. And the milling, especially with Pokestop, would kind of help with like getting the energies in the discard so that you could use Sadas. But the kind of, since all those decks rotated out, it was kind of not tough, because I'll kind of go over it, but like it's interesting to find like, okay, well, how do you basically run the deck if you're not just thinning it out by drawing? And what a lot of decks seem to be running right now, and what RagingBolt is Noctowl. So Noctowl basically lets you search for 2 trainer cards when you evolve Hoot into Noctowl, but only if you have a Terra Pokemon in play. And since Teal Mask Ogerpon is huge in this deck, it works out, right? Because you usually want a couple Teal Mask to like start building up energy so that you could use your Bellowing Thunder. And then, because you have one, you're using Noctowl to basically find the cards you need, like Sadas or Prime Catcher, or even Boss's Orders, things like that. So that, yeah, you could make the plays you need to. So it's interesting, right? Because you're basically searching for exactly what you need versus like thinning your deck, um, trying to like luck into drawing what you need. um, but yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple different like variations of Raging Bolt now post rotation. I think people are still trying to figure it out. But I'll kind of go over like what I think has been pretty common and then the kind of twist that I had on it. So, like I said, a lot of them are running Noctowl now, and to go with that is Fan Rotom. Fan Rotom basically lets you get out 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 or less. So that lets you set up like your Hoot Hoot in Noctowl pretty fast. But you can only use this first turn. So usually if you get like a Nest Ball, or if you're starting out with it, even better, you want to get this out first turn. And then Ditto's another interesting one for first turn. So if you have this in your active and it's your first turn, you can swap it out for basically any other basic Pokemon. So I had this a couple times and I'm able to get into Raging Bolt like turn 1. Because I could use Transformative Start. And that's pretty much it. You want to get a couple Raging Bolts out, a couple Ogerpons, and a couple Noctowl. So sometimes the bench is a little tricky to work with when you try to have all of that, especially if you're trying to do like a couple Noctowl, right? So that's why for stadiums you run in Area 0. So that lets you expand your bench, which can be useful. And then, let's say they get rid of your Area 0. You pretty much probably already use your Noctowl, so that's what you're going to be discarding. And then you're still okay with your Raging Bolt and Ogerpon. Yeah, so that's kind of the build. There's a couple kind of tech cards here with Raging Bolt and Koraidon. And then, kind of the standard support. So Squawkabilly, also like a first turn. That one still mills your hand. Pheasantipity, always great. And then Latias EX helps a lot with just retreating, especially because Raging Bolt's like 3. But yeah, let's talk about the games a little bit. So the first game, actually, let me just kind of start with my record. So I went 3-0-1, right? So 3 wins, 0 losses, 1 tie. Which honestly was like even kind of surprising for me. I was honestly not expecting to to do that well. But it was awesome. It was really thrilling. And all the matches I had were very interesting because, again, this was like the first post-rotation. So I think people were probably trying out more decks than like playing with a specific one. So you'll kind of see that because I didn't even play a Dragapult at all in this locals. So round 1 was against Gardevoir. And that was a pretty interesting game. But I think I was able to get control pretty easily. Just by, like, they were setting up Gardevoir in the back, but I was able to get my Raging Bolt up pretty fast. And I don't know if it was Prime Catcher or Bosses, but I ended up being able to knock out the Gardevoir, like, pretty much right after he set it up. So he never even got to use it. And then it was just, like, bad luck on their part where they couldn't find another way to set up another Gardevoir. So I kind of had control the whole game. Round 2 was against Sylveon and Dusclops. I thought that was very interesting. I know Sylveon is kind of like not a very big meta deck right now, but it's getting some play here and there. So I think that was very interesting. Dusclops you see everywhere, but Sylveon, the tactic is to like disrupt. But I think what I ended up being able to do was like I have jamming tower here. This stops like tools. So they were trying to use like sparkling crystal so that they only needed like 1 energy for their move, but basically able to prevent that and knock them out before they were able to fully set up any of their Sylveons. Round 3 was against Flareon. Very different deck than Sylveon, right? Rather than disruption, this one's just going for like big KOs. Oh my god, this one was kind of stressful because I had gotten a big lead. It must have been like I only had like 2 prize cards left and they still had all 6. And then they just had a comeback because of they Iono'd. And man, I can't tell you how many times I had like bad luck being Iono'd and then like losing a game. So that was about to happen again, especially because when they Iono'd, they finally like got the cards they needed to get moving. But I ended up kind of lucking out and being able to finish off that game because he couldn't get the 1 card that he needed like the turn before, and then I was able to finish them off. And then round 4 was very interesting. That was Terra Box, so Terapagos, a bunch of different EXs, and Noctowls in that one too. That one I remember both of us. I mean, the tournament was going on pretty late, so that was the last match, right, of the night, and both of us were, I think, kind of feeling a little tired because I misplayed like my first turn, thinking that like I could already power up my Raging Bolt, but I forgot I had attached an energy to retreat and then put my Raging Bolt up, so I couldn't attach another energy, and then that was a bad misplay because they basically got to knock out my Raging Bolt with an energy for free. But was kind of able to come back, and then towards the end it got really, really close, and it was honestly like going back and forth, but to the point where it's like, well, if I knock him out, then I lose, right? Because then he could just knock me out, knock a Raging Bolt out. But I had a kind of crazy play at the end that kind of like got me the tie and thus like the win in the tournament, and it's thanks to Koraidon. So what was it? I think he had 2 prize cards left. I had 1. No, he must have had 3 or 4. Because I'm trying to think how come he wasn't able to win. But all I remember is how clutch this Koraidon was. Okay. Yeah, so I needed to prevent them from taking out my Raging Bolt because they only had like 2 prizes left. So I'm like, okay, I can't do that. So what I did is I used Koraidon. So, if they kill me, it'd only be 1. But since it was the last game, it went into turns, which basically like time ran out in the match, and they would have had to either find a way to like get both prize cards or tie. But basically the way it worked was with Prime Catcher, I was able to move up my Koraidon and then move in their Pheasantipede. And since Relenting Onslaught only needs 2 colorless, and it does for weakness, I was able to knock it out. So, to force them to find a way to like bring up a 2 prize card or not. And that ended up working. They didn't have any cards to like swap out, so it forced the game into a tie. But yeah, I remember that was a pretty crazy game. But yeah, no, and then that was basically it, right? So game 1, 1 game 2, 1 game 3, and then tied game 4. And yeah, I mean, what a crazy thing. it was interesting to see those decks. So, Gardevoir, that one ran Clefairy EX, which is pretty popular right now, which is not great for Raging Bolt because it makes any Psychic like super effective against dragons. But I was able to kind of maneuver around those pretty well, which was great. And then, yeah, I think the Clefairy was like in 3 of those decks, right? I think the Gardevoir, the Flareon, and the Terror Box all had Clefairy, and man, it's a pain. But yeah, no, I still super really enjoy running Raging Bolt. I know it's not super popular in America because it's, I think, like one of the most popular, like top 2 in Japan. But for whatever reason, Dragapult's still the most popular here in the States. But yeah, I think if I had to point out things that kind of came in clutch during my games, Koraidon for that last game, Prime Catcher was great, Latios was great, because there was definitely a couple times where, like, if I'm starting out maybe with Fan Rotom or something, I could then like bring in Raging Bolt faster. Or I think there's a couple of times where like the Raging Bolt in the active spot was already damaged or already had some damage, so I'd be able to swap it out with like a fresh one. Jamming Tower, also very good. I was able to disrupt, I think, a couple of my opponents with that. And the Bravery Charm. This, I think, is a good tech card against like Dragapult and stuff. Because Dragapult, the way they spread damage on the bench is very specific. So being able to stop them from like, okay, like, they would target my Ogerpon. So even if this, like the Bravery Charm, I didn't put it on a Raging Bolt, I could put it on an Ogerpon and, now they can't get a free like 2 KO there. So yeah, it was interesting. I like running Bravery Charm. I didn't see it in a lot of decks. I saw it in a couple, but I actually ran this in the pre-rotation, and it comes in kind of clutch sometimes. I think especially because a lot of people aren't expecting it anymore, to where it could really turn the tide and kind of save you from taking an unnecessary KO. But yeah, so that's the deck. Still very fun to play. And it was crazy. Like every round I'm like, oh shoot, am I gonna do this? But yeah, it was great. So I'm super proud of myself for being able to stick through it and get the first place, and that was kind of the rewards that I got out of it. So let's take a look at the prize packs and crack them open. So these first 2 prize cards were just from participating in the tournament, which is great. I love that the locals that I go to are able to do that with the prize packs. They still have like a bunch of Series 5, I guess, so they're able to give that as well as the new Series 6. And then for first place, I got 10 additional prize packs. So you can kind of see these here. Let's do it like that. So 5 of each. So 5 Series 6, 5 Series 5, and then the initial 2. So there's 12 packs here, right? And addition to like this, I got like $25 store credit. Haven't used it yet. I don't know what to use it on. Maybe waiting for Destined Rivals. We'll see. But man, that was it was just a thrill, dude. Pokemon tournaments are so much fun to play. Like seriously, even if it's your first time, definitely give it a shot. I think the Sylveon deck that I played, that was the person's first tournament, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna start with the ones I got just for participating, and then I'll go into the ones I got for winning, and I'll probably start with Series 5 and then do Series 6. Okay. I've got quite a few of these already, so I don't know if I'm going to be particularly picky about how I open them. If I even can. I say that as I struggle. Okay, here we go. So these do come with a code card, which is great. I am getting a little more into TCG Live, just, you know, practicing and stuff. I think it still has an energy. Okay. Okay. So let's get it all focused in here, and I'll hold it up. That way it's a little closer. Here, let's do this so it's less. Okay. How's that? Okay. So we got energy, super rod, Mela. Ooh, a Xatu. Oh, this is sick. I've been wanting to maybe try making a deck with that. Ooh, more Pekko. In a hungry hurry. If this Pokemon has no energy attached, it has no retreat cost. Oh, that's pretty interesting. All right, and what's the last one? Techno Radar. All right. Now, prize pack 6. Okay, what color energy? Fighting? Oh, dark. Okay. Oh, this one has a different energy too, huh? This one's like the Terra. It's got like the little crystal design. So dark energy. Faraffarig. Ooh, a Professor Sawdust. I could use that in my RagingBolt deck. Archaludon. Ooh, Explorer's Guidance. Ooh, Earthen Vessel. Is that it? Oh, perfect. But it's a hollow Earthen Vessel. Oh, these have like cool hollows too. Let's see if I could get the right light. But it's got like a almost starry pattern on it. Ugh, it's pretty hard to see. But you could kind of, oh, yeah, like right there. Boom. Yeah, very cool. Oh, sick. That's a sick Earthen Vessel. That's definitely going in my deck. Okay, so those are the first 2 packs. Let's start getting into these other ones. Should have it right there. Okay. Let's see if we get any EXs or something. I haven't gotten anything too crazy yet. Let's put that over there. Okay, what do we got? Oh, another dark. Okay. Rabska. That might be popular too in the meta soon, because this one does like protect your bench. But it's also like a stage 1, which is why it's a little tricky to play. Luxurious Cape. Ooh, another Xatu. Okay, I'll take it. Professor Turo's Research. And an Explorer's Guidance. Very cool. This is pack number 5. Come on. Oh no, sorry, pack number 4. It's been a lot of dark. I'm gonna say grass. Ooh, fire. Okay. Super Rod. Morty's Conviction. Professor's Research. Oops. Ooh, Buddy Buddy. That could be nice. What do we get? Ooh, Counter Catcher. Also very nice. I know this is sometimes used in the RagingBolt deck, so it's nice to have a copy of this, especially with the like hollow design. Very cool. Actually, Countercatcher is a pretty popular card. Ooh, this one feels a little thicker. Maybe that's good luck. Let's see. I mean, there's a few like chase cards. Really, it's just like any EX or A spec, I feel like. Alright, what do we get? Ooh, fighting. Okay, nice. Can maybe use that. Another Mela. An Ultra Ball. Nice. Fluttermane. Heck yeah, dude. A Raging Bolt with the stamp. Oh, I'm so using that. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Ah, this is... I'm juiced. I'm juiced. What's the last one? A Jet Energy. Oh my gosh, I got a Raging Bolt EX. Oh, this is perfect. This is so going in my deck. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Oh, I'm pumped. I could feel it. I knew that one had something good in it. Alright, let's keep it going. Let's see if we get anything else. Come on. Let's look at. Code card. Water. Oh, electric. I'm not guess one right yet. Alright. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. Super Rod. Baxcalibur. I think this is used in like Chien-Pao decks, right? I don't know how popular that is right now though. Moonlit Hill. Alright. What's the last one? Ooh, another Ancient Booster Energy Capsule with a nice holo design. I know that one's popular for like poison decks, right? Because you're using shoot, what's a Moongus's? Oh man, I totally forget. Brute Bonnet? Yeah, that's what it is. I almost forgot the name, but I know it's based on a Moongus. Okay, so this is the last Series 5. Let's see, could we get another EX or something? Oh, I'm still juiced. That's like, that Raging Bolt, that makes all of this. These are all worth it. Okay. Fire. Let's get it settled down there. Get focused. Okay. Fire. Techno Radar. Salvatore. Professor's Research. Full Metal Lab. Ooh, and a Morpeko. Okay. So that's all the Series 5. Let's see, what would I have considered hits? So I got a couple Natus. I'm kind of interested in these because I'm tempted to make a Kyurem deck, and Zatu's used in it. So I think I need 2 or 3. So this kind of covers me. Professor Sados, I could use that in my Raging Bolt. Earthen Vessel, I could use that in my Raging Bolt. Countercatcher, maybe, could be good. And then of course the best one so far, we got a Raging Bolt EX. Does it have the pattern too? It does. Sorry, I'm like trying to capture it there. You can see it right there. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is so sick. Alright, let's see what I get in Series 6 now. First pack of the Series 6. Oh, come on. Gotta kind of twist them out. Oops. That did not open nice. Come on. Steel. Oh, fire. Man, I'm not doing well on guessing these. Okay. Got Fire Energy, a Rescue Board, not bad. Enhanced Hammer, okay. Ooh, Monkey Dory, that could be useful. Cypher Maniacs Code Breaking, alright. Ooh, another Countercatcher, nice. Countercatchers are honestly like kind of pricey, so I'm not I am okay getting multiples of those. Okay, next prize pack 6. 3 more left after this. So this is Second one. Come on. Give me something good. Oh my gosh. Why are these not opening nicely? Electric. Oh my goodness, water. Cannot get it right. Okay. Ooh, Great Tusk, okay. A jamming tower, nice, I could use that. A Ledian, very cool. A knock towel, I could use this one too. And a technical machine, crisis punch, very cool. Oh man, that's a nice knock towel. You can see the same. Let's get it in the right angle, there it is. It's just such a nice pattern. I love getting these like prize packs, dude, with the little stamp. I love having them in the deck too, because it just it feels nice, right, to kind of be rewarded while you're playing and being able to use those cards in your deck too. All right, let's see. Oh, this one's stiff. All right, what do we got? Let's go fighting. Oh, steel. Okay. Ooh, a different Morpeko. Snack Seek. Once during your turn, look at the top card of your deck. You may discard. Interesting. Ooh, a Colress's Tenacity. Very cool. Infernape. Pyrodance. Once during your turn, attach a basic fire energy, a basic fighting energy, or one of each from your hand to your Pokemon. Interesting, but it's stage 2, so that's kind of hard to play. Ooh, an Area 0. I'll take that. And an Explorer's Guidance. These are a bunch of cards that I could use in my current deck, so that's really fun to see. Alright, 2 more. Can I get another EX or anything? Honestly, I think that... I don't want to say it. There is a chase, but we'll see if we get it or not. Okay. Da-da-da-da. A fire. You know, none of my energies have been hollow. That's pretty surprising with how many I've gotten. Ooh, Glass Trumpet. That's kind of popular right now with all the Terra stuff. Techno Radar. Ooh, Frostlass. Yeah, this is kind of an annoying... It's a rogue deck. You know, it's not super popular, but it is pretty annoying. So, Freezing Shroud. During checkup, put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon that has an ability. Except for Frostlass. So, pretty crazy. You run this with Monkey Dories and you can move around all this damage. And it's just a pain to manage. You really got to take out the Frostlass when you see them trying to set it up. Ooh, Technical Machine. Alright. Ooh. Gavantula EX. Dang, look at that. That is a crazy looking card. But that's the second EX. How cool. Charged Web. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX, it does 110 more damage. So that'd be up to 220. And then Fulgurite. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play item cards. Interesting. I mean, Badoo is a lot better at that for no energy. But it's an interesting card. You know what? Is Gavantula getting some use right now? I feel like it is with like Iron Hands. I don't know if it's this one, but I feel like I've seen that. Very cool. Okay, last prize pack. Can we get another EX? Can we get an A spec? Oh, last pack magic, let's go. Can I get a grass energy? Can I get one right? Oh, dark. Dang. Cypher's Maniac. Area 0. Pheasantipity. A Binding Mochi. Ooh, and a second Noctowl. I'll take that. Very cool. Alright, that's the last of them. So let's kind of see everything that I've got. And then, so we got Galvantula EX, couple Area Ground Zero, Colress. That one's again useful for like the Kyurem deck I was talking about. A Jamming Tower. Monkey Door is just a good card to have. Cypher, that's also from. Ooh, there we go, there we go. Earthen Vessel. All these cards, I guess except Monkey Dory, but all these are for that Kyurem deck I'm talking about. So put that over here. Wow, so there's a ton of cards I could like actually use in my deck right now too. So this is sick. Let's line them up. We put them like that. A little snapshot. Nice. Honestly, this one makes it all worth it. I am so juiced to have a RagingBolt with a stamp. So juiced. And look at all this bulk. Prize card, prize pack bulk. That's crazy to know that I have that many. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope, it was fun to talk about the local and open up these prize packs, and winning it is just gonna encourage me to keep playing and see if I could get any more, because this is it's fun. It's for sure fun. A lot of nerves, but still fun. All right, catch you guys next time.